Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rechak Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles, the elders of Great Millstone, who were well. Peace and mercy to the Tazadak Akim out there that's laboring this truth with all sincerity. I want to say Shalom. All right, today's topic is going to go into this article that I just, found out a couple days ago, but, I'm doing a lesson today. And it's a heavy article, because it's going into people or the state of Oklahoma. All right, now they passed a bill where they receive Bitcoin payment, which we know, when we see this, what does it remind us of? All right, cashless society. All right, digital currency. Ultimately leading to what? A major prophecy, which is the RFID chip, which is the mark of the beast. All right, pursuant to Revelation, the 13th chapter, verse 16 on down. All right, so let's read the article real quick. And so it says the article, this came out 3 days ago too, a couple days ago. So it says Bitcoin payment bill moves to the next step in Oklahoma. It says Bill SB 325, a bill that allows Oklahoma State employees and residents to receive payments in remunerations in Bitcoin, has now reached the Appropriations Committee for further consideration. This came a few weeks after President Trump signed an executive order to set up a committee to plan and regulate government Bitcoin holdings. House Bill 1203 would allow Oklahoma State savings account and pension funds to invest in digital assets like Bitcoin. Okay, this is heavy. And Oklahoma is, I believe, is one of the first states to do this. All right, and this has happened right after Trump, as I said, signed an executive order. All right, and this is why we believe that Donald Trump, all right, who we believe is Nero, he's going to bring forth in that mark of the beast, all right, that new world order. He's gonna be the one to bring forth, World War III. You see, he's already causing tension with other nations, other countries, all right. And this is heavy right here. So now look, now House Bill 1203 will allow Oklahoma State savings account and pension funds to invest in digital assets like Bitcoin. So now, when you invest in a pension, all right, and you have a savings account, usually it'd be invested into stocks. Like you have a 401k, that's like your company invest into index funds in the stock market. All right, but now they having it where it's like now your pension and your savings account could be invested into Bitcoin. And ultimately, because things are happening in Operation Warp Speed, things are happening fast, it's going to be to where you can invest your pension and savings into different cryptos, okay? Because now ultimately the dollar is going to crash. All right. Now, another point that I was bringing out earlier to my coworker was now, because earlier today when I was doing delivery, they had the dollar bill, a $20 bill, and it said fake on it. So now a lot of these companies may just go digital because it's a lot of money, fiat money, dollars that are counterfeits. So, in the business world, they lose out on a lot of money when people have counterfeits. Okay. And nowadays they're making the counterfeits look just like the real thing, because at the end of the day, it's paper. So now this is going to be another reason of why companies and businesses are going to go digital. All right. We see it. All right, and this right here, and this is only February 4th, 2025. So imagine what's going to happen 8-9 months from now. Okay. So let's read a little bit more. It says Oklahoma shifts to digital assets. Oklahoma residents can now receive their paychecks in Bitcoin if their employers agree. As the bill is still under review, so it's still under review, it's not officially passed yet, but it's a heavy consideration. It says supporters claim that BTC will attract talent and bring the state into a new era of prosperity. Like, do you see how things are coming together? Why you think now they have what? Smart city. They're building up smart cities. Okay? Because they're trying to implement this digital society. They're trying to implement this digital system. This is all a part. This is all a part of the play. You know, you got to start, somewhere. Okay. So it says, just reading on real quick. Matter of fact, I'm gonna stop there because it goes into other things. I'm gonna stop there, right? So then I researched athletes who basically already accepting cryptocurrency. So you have 6 NFL players who got paid in Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. Now it says basically just going into athletes are starting to get paid in Bitcoin. Matter of fact, let's read this real quick. It says, at the time, it was a curious decision and it may yet be one. Athletes started getting paid in Bitcoin. Now, why? Let's think deeper. Now, you have these millionaires. Athletes are what? Millionaires. So they have financial advisors. So their financial advisors are telling them where society is basically going. That, everything is going to go basically digital. And Bitcoin is that household thing, because when you look at Bitcoin is worth more than gold. I'll be talking to a lot of people about it. Like, Bitcoin is better to invest in Bitcoin than to invest into even real estate and gold. In today's world, it's set up higher than all these things. So now what their financial advisors is telling them is what? You should start getting paid in Bitcoin because that's where the future is going. Just like how we know the future is going into what? Electric cars, things being electric, AI. It's a whole new system that's about to be implemented. All right. In the next few years, it could be few months. Who knows? All right. It says whether it was portions of their salaries or payments from endorsements. So I'm going to stop there. Okay. So now you have athletes being paid, and pick Bitcoin. May not be all their checks, but some of their checks. Okay, we have the state of Oklahoma trying to pass a bill where their employees could get paid by in Bitcoin, showing you that society's heading to that digital currency. All right, so let's get some scriptures now. This is I'm gonna get 2 Ezra 9:1 real quick. So this is 2 Ezra chapter 9 verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. All right, how do we measure the time diligently in itself? By comparing, linking up the current events with biblical prophecies. All right, in the scriptures. All right, because the prophecies are found in the Bible and no other book. Okay, so that's how we measure the times. We seeing what's going on in the news, and I just brought out an article of what the state of Oklahoma are trying to pay their employers in Bitcoin. All right, you have athletes being paid in Bitcoin, showing you that society's heading towards what? Digital currency, which we know ultimately is heading into what? That RFID chip being implemented. And it's already here. It's just not made mandatory. It's not global. Okay, it's already, you have people already willingly taking a chip. Okay? It says, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, verse 2, then shalt thou understand that is the very same time where the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. All right? So when we start seeing these signs pass, all right, the signs the Lord gave us going to, Matthew's the 24th chapter, the rumors of wars, the earthquakes in diverse places, nation going against nation, kingdom going against kingdom, pestilences, plagues, all right? But also we seeing the ultimate prophecies, which is going to be the mark of the beast, which is the RFID chip, and World War III, all right? So we seeing these signs, coming to pass. That's what as prophets, we standing on our watch, on our post. When we go into the book of Sirach, the 39th chapter, we're being occupied in prophecies. We're being, our mind is occupied in these things. So that's why we watching daily the news. All right. So I'm gonna drop that. I'm gonna go to 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 8. It says, be sober, be vigilant, all right? Because your adversary, the devil, who's the devil? Who's our adversary? The so-called white man, all right? Which the word devil means to someone who's a slanderer, all right? It says, so we have to be sober and vigilant. We have to, be circumspect. We have to pay attention to what's going on in our surroundings. And how do we do that? By paying attention to what's going on in the news daily, okay? No matter what you're doing in your day, you should, look up some articles, RT News, look up what's going on in the world. That's our job as prophets. Or even if you're not a prophet or a teacher, just a believer, you still gotta be sober and vigilant. Okay? You have to pay attention to what's going on. It says, because your adversary, the devil, which is the so-called white man, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour. And we know he's trying to devour the Israelites. All right? The poor. All right? Ultimately, the elect of the nation of Israel, the true believers of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. This is why we have to, be sober and vigilant, because the so-called white man is trying to destroy us. He's trying to put a microchip in us. Okay? He wants us to fall away from being believers of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. Okay, so it's important that we're sober and vigilant in this walk of ours. All right. So let me get the last precept. Let me get the book of Job, chapter 5, verse 12. All right. It reads, he disappointed the devices of the crafty. And who's the crafty? The so-called white man. All right. Ultimately, those international bankers, because they're the ones who really rule the world. All right. Those banking families, the Rockefellers, the DuPonts, the Gettys, the Carnegies. All right. The Rothschilds, the banking families. All right. It says he disappointed the devices of the crafty. And who's he? The Lord, the Most High, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. So that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. Now let's go into the word enterprise. I got it real quick. All right. The word enterprise means a project or undertaking that is especially difficult, complicated, or risky. So it's a project. All right. It says a unit of economic organization or activity. All right. Now, ultimately, this Esau's enterprise will be what? Represent what? His new world order. Which a part of his new world order is what? To have a cashless society. All right. We know about the Georgia Guidestones. His goal is to have the population at 500 million. All right. But ultimately, he wants to put a microchip in everybody. That's a part of his new world order. All right. But the Most High is going to disappoint his enterprise. All right. Why? Because ultimately the elect has to be saved. All right. So the Lord is not going to allow Esau to really fulfill his enterprise, man. All right. Okay. So I'm gonna wrap it up right there. Lord willing, this is edifying. I want to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. And with that, shalom.